Computer. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters.
Richard, are
Yes,
we recording on cloud or laptop?
laptop.
Laptop, right? Okay.
I've clicked on record. Do you want me to stop recording?
No. Continue.
Okay, super. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. My name is Richard, and I will be the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. I welcome you all to 109th meeting of Speaker Squad Toastmaster Club. Now, before we start the meeting, I would like to mention the three ground rules which we follow in our Toastmaster Club. As Toastmasters, we don't talk about sex, religion, and politics. So please refrain from discussing these topics. Please put yourself on mute if you're not speaking, and turn off your video if you're stepping out of the meeting. As everybody in their life has a mission to achieve their goals, our Toastmaster Club also has a mission. The mission of Toastmaster Club is to provide mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every member has the opportunity to develop communication skills, leadership skills, which in turn fosters self-confidence and personal growth. With this, I would like to invite our presiding officer, who is none other than myself. So thank you for joining the meeting of the Speaker Squad Club. Without any further ado, I would like to declare the meeting open. Now, the next phase is obviously our theme for today is sports, and I was scrolling through Twitter yesterday, and who is one of the greatest sportsmen is Michael Phelps. He has won 82 medals in a world stage, and his coach is Bob Bowman, and he's been his coach for a long time. So when I was listening to him, one of the key things was he used to train him for adversities. So he used to break his goggles. And then Michael Phelps used to be like, "What the hell? Why have you broken my goggles?" He's like, "I'm training you for uncertainty and adversities. Sometimes anything can happen and then you have to fight over it." So he used to wear those goggles and swim with his eyes closed. And he has to guess the pace and where the wall is. And this happened in one of the event where water went into his goggles, and he ended up winning the gold medal at an Olympic stage where water went into his goggles. So competence builds confidence. And with this, we would hear more from our TMOD. And before inviting our TMOD, we have few new faces that I can see here. So we have Varun, Samir, Sandhya. So first, I would like to call Varun and give a small intro about yourself and where did you hear about Toastmasters or Speaker Squad Toastmasters Club?
Hey, hi, my name is Varun and I'm from Bangalore, and I have been hearing about Toastmasters since 2005. And somewhere I was very much interested to join, and I took really long time to come here. And it was like every time I searched for them and I was little reluctance was there. But yesterday I just went ahead and contacted one of you guys. So thanks for inviting me as a guest to see how it works.
Thank you, Varun. And we would see, I hope we would help you out in understanding what Toastmasters is all about today. Second, we have Samir. Samir, do you mind giving a small intro and tell us about how did you hear about Toastmasters?
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Samir. I'm actually based out of Hyderabad. I hope you can hear me well.
Yes.
So, yeah, thank you, Richard. So, I actually heard about Toastmasters way back in 2016, but I didn't know much about the group, what it did, and things like that. And over the years, I heard a bit more. Then I met my friend Richard, who's speaking here, and Richard gave me much more information about about the Toastmasters Club. more than what I knew all this while, and I was interested in basically joining a session, and I thank you for the opportunity to help me to actually listen to what's going on at the moment. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Samir. Sandhya, could you go next and introduce yourself and know and how did you come here about Toastmasters?
Yeah, sure, Richie. Hello, everyone. I'm Sandhya. I'm based out of Hyderabad. And I did get to know about Toastmasters like in the office when everyone talks about it. And slowly, I heard it from Richie also. I heard few of his achievements through Toastmasters. And it made me curious to learn a little more. And I mean, learn more about what is Toastmasters and how people build up confidence here. And thank you for inviting me today.
Thank you, Sandhya. With this, I have an announcement to make, a simple announcement. I'm pretty sure most of you are aware about it. Is that we have Diamond Club Award, which is ongoing, which is if a club has a 10 members renew their membership before 31st of July, which would be $45, a club would end up winning a Diamond Club Award. And after 31st of July, Toastmaster has increased their price, which is going up to $60. So you would end up saving $15. Also, you would help your club win this award. So if you're thinking about renewing it, kindly renew it. Or if you need any further information, kindly reach out to me or our VP membership, Toastmaster Jaya. Without any further ado, I would like to introduce our Toastmaster of the day. He has been part of Toastmasters for 3 years. He's currently working as an optimization expert at HSBC. His favorite quote by English playwright John Haywood saying, Rome wasn't built in a day, but they were laying bricks every hour, which reminds him that it requires time and patience to create something big and great. Could we please have a huge round of applause to Toastmaster Ashok?
Thank you so much for wonderful introduction, Richard. Thanks so much. Good morning, my dear Toastmasters and guests. It's my pleasure to serve as TMOD for today's meeting. Today's theme is sports. Let me float few words. Maybe let us guess whether it is game, whether it is sport. Then we'll discuss about what is game and what is the sport. Okay. First one, chess. Guess what is it? Sport? Is it game?
Game.
Okay. Football,
Sport.
gymnastics,
Sport.
Sports.
hiking.
Sports.
Anybody can throw reasons why. Actually, I feel chess is sport, but let's discuss about why it is game, why it is sport.
I'm not sure, but it could be indoor versus outdoor.
Any others?
Physical activity involved in sports. I could be wrong, but that's my take on it.
Okay, no worries. Next, anybody? Okay, it is simple rule.
One is about physical activity. The other one is more. It doesn't require as much physical exertion or activities as compared.
So actually, it is about physical activity. You guys are telling, right? It both involves physical activity. Simple rule is game involves more than one person in a team while playing the game. But if it is sports, it is only individual skills. You don't have team. Okay, that means I found one of the website. I have gone through a lot of website. There was so many confusion, but finally what I come to conclusion from multiple websites is like sports involves only individual skills and performance. Games involves multiple people together.
Vice versa, right? Game involves
No,
one
cricket is a
person.
game. Cricket is a
Okay.
game. So team, right?
Okay.
Gymnastic is a sport, only single person.
Okay.
Okay. Hiking is game. Hiking is sport. So again, it is single person.
Single person. Okay.
Yes. Right. So after going through the few examples and websites, what I found is this is the difference. Okay. I think a lot of people knows what are the benefits from the sports, right? Like concentration, what do you say? Exercises, physical activity, and so on. But sports also add value to corporate world. What are those? Anybody guess?
Leadership,
Team building.
Team building. Okay. What else?
communication,
Communication. What else?
Strategy.
strategies.
Spirit of game.
Yes.
Uh,
So
individual
yes,
effort in the whole team, I think, because you said sports basically is about individualism. So I'm just thinking probably the individual effort makes a lot of importance, or it makes a lot of difference
correct.
to the whole thing, of the
Cor-
work.
Correct. In addition to this, maybe I will add few more things. Okay. People will appreciate the value of preparation. See, without preparation in the sports, you can't, crack the game sport, right? So obviously you will understand the preparation of, value of preparation, so that you will go with the value of, with the preparation even in meetings, so that you will achieve the things. Okay. And another one is, I think Richard has given example. Okay, the embrace the chaos. So usually in games, sports, it doesn't go according to your plan. So there will be the random things that will come in. So you need to embrace those chaos, right? And another one is, you will learn to how to thrive against competition. So obviously your competitor is opposite person, and you will try to, thrive against them. And another one is, you will learn, another very very important one is how to work with coach or your mentor, right? So usually in sports you need to work with the coach to get it win. So you will, you will get to know how to work with the coach. So these are the few points in addition to whatever you guys mentioned, right? So sports is very important in our life, even in corporate world. Okay, let's start our Toastmaster session. So today's session consists of 4 parts. One is prepared speech, and another one is table topic session, another one is evaluation, and another one is installation ceremony. So as you know, first part, it is a prepared speech session where speakers will prepare speech offline and, present here. And table topic session where people will speak instantly about a topic. Evaluation session where people will give feedback about overall session and members. And today installation ceremony, where I think our officers is going to start their responsibilities and roles. Okay, so let me invite grammarian for, sorry, general evaluator for the day. She is from Uttara Kannada district of Karnataka, Sirsi. She has been part of Toastmasters since February 23. She is currently working as solution leader at HPE Aruba. She believes that one should never stop learning because life never stops teaching you. Over to you, Sital, to introduce your roles and responsibility.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashok. Good morning, Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Ashok, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guests. So I'll be the general evaluator for today's meeting. I'll be responsible for evaluating everything that is going to happen during this meeting. And also I will be coordinating with the evaluation team. So I'll now be introducing the TAG team. So it is important for us to get the message across in the allowed time and for the meeting to run according to the schedule. So please welcome the timer for today's meeting, that is our Toastmaster Ramesh. So Toastmaster Ramesh hails from Namakkal, which is the district under Salem. He is passionate about sports, movies, and loves spending time with his friends. He is currently working as garment technician at Lifestyle International Private Limited. His favorite quote is, "Don't give up." He looks up to Ratan Tata and strongly believes in hard work and networking. Toastmaster Ramesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sheetal. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. Today, as a timer, my role is to keep a track for each and every speaker that starts from the prepared speech to table topic. So every speaker have their own time to finish their speech. In the first part of the meeting, there will be a prepared speech. In prepared speech, there will be a two set of speeches will be available. One will be the icebreaker speech, another one will be the prepared speech. Icebreaker speech is nothing but the person is going to start their pathway or they are going to give their first speech. So for that, the allowed time is 4 to 6 minutes. After 4 minutes, I will change my background to yellow. Okay. After 5 minutes, I will change my background to, sorry, I'm wrong. After 4 minutes, I'm changing my background to green. Then after 5 minutes, yellow. After 6 minutes, I'll show red background. For the prepared speech, the allowed time is 5 to 7 minutes. After 5 minutes, I will display green. After 6 minutes, I'll display yellow. After 7 minutes, I'll display red card. So in the table topic speaker, the allowed time is 1 to 2 minutes. After 1 minute, I'll display green. After 1 minute, 30 seconds, I'll display yellow. After 2 minutes, I'll display red. Next session will be the evaluation session. For each and every evaluator, the allowed time will be 2 to 3 minutes. After 2 minutes, I will display green. After 2 minutes, 30 seconds, I will display yellow. After 3 minutes, I will display red. So once I displayed red background, there will be allowed time of 30 seconds to complete their speech and evaluation. If the speaker or evaluator didn't complete their speech within 30 minutes, they will be disqualified from the contest. If it's international speech or evaluation contest. So I will come up with a detailed report at the end of the session when my general evaluator called me upon. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Sheetal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ramesh. Now, for listening to good usage of language, as well as sharing the feedback or points of improvements, we have our grammarian for today, Toastmaster Deepa. So Toastmaster Deepa is a workforce management expert with passion towards Toastmaster, where she gets a platform to improve on her toes. Toastmaster Deepa, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sheetal. Good morning, my fellow Toastmasters. Well, grammar becomes the most important part of our communication, our conversation, because the way we structure a sentence, the way we pronounce, where we pause changes the entire meaning of what we communicate. So here, as part of my role, I'm going to listen to everyone, find your good usage of words, and also find not so good usage of words. Look for right pronunciation, look for right construction of sentence, and so forth. I also take the opportunity to introduce the word of the day. I was already mentioned that in the chat window. The word is resilience. It's a noun. And I think it goes with the theme of the day today, which is sports. Okay. So what does it mean? It means the ability of people or things to recover quickly after something unpleasant, such as a shock or injury would have taken place. How you can use this word, I can share some examples. She has shown great resilience to stress. So that could be one way of using it. If you would like to use it in any other form, the industry has developed resilience to dips and nation economy may take. Another way of using it could be this comeback says much of resilience of the team. There are multiple ways you can put it across in the context of a business, context of a person, context of a team, and so forth. So I encourage everyone to use the word of the day today. I'm sure you will have a lot of opportunities considering the theme of the day. Back to you, Toastmasters Sheetal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepa. So now to track the use of verbal pauses, we have our counter for today's meeting, that is Toastmaster Sanghita. She's a TCS associate dealing with web APIs and mobile applications as part of functional automation and performance testing. Plays the role as second-year student of MSc Astrophysics and Science, field educator by passion. Please welcome Toastmaster Sanghita. So Toastmaster Sangeeta, we would also want to understand, I did not get this exactly, what is play role as a second year student of MSc?
Yes, actually, I am doing distance learning in MSc Astrophysics from Liverpool John Moores University, where I used to have research on various celestial objects like the stars and the planets and exoplanets, other things. And we have a separate divisions of this astronomies as well, like cosmology, numerical methods, astronomical techniques, and so on.
That's nice, interesting. Please go ahead, Toastmaster Sangeeta.
Yes, I have connected with Toastmaster Bengali Regional Club from JP Morgan's Pother Pachali since this lockdown 2020 and participated mostly as a guest. And I have joined recently a Toastmaster, activated my membership since July 2023. Today I will be a counter. I will first listen to the speeches, then table topic, evaluation and installation ceremony, noting down the repeated words and sounds like a year. On a daily basis, people are using these repetitive words on individual conversation. When the general evaluator calls upon, I will share this detailed report and showcase by presenting my screen. This will help all the Toastmasters to improve their communication skills.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sangeeta. Over to you, Toastmaster Ashok.
Thank you, Sheetal, for wonderful introduction about your role and responsibility and your team's introduction. Thanks so much for that. Okay, I am eagerly waiting for prepared speeches. Maybe let's start from first session. Then later on we'll talk about team when if we have time more. Let me introduce first speaker. Before that, let me introduce evaluator to read first speaker objective. He has been Toastmaster since October 2021. He is Formula One enthusiast and Lewis Hamilton fan. He is a dabbling in mobile photographer, photo editing, and music editing. Over to you, TM Satya, to read speech objective.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Now, my speaker is attempting her L level 4 speech. It is on public relations strategies. The purpose of the speech of this project is for the member to practice the skills needed to effectively use public relation strategies for any group or situation. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspects of her or his public relation strategies. Timer, please note the timing is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best to my speaker. Over to you.
Thanks so much, Satya, for detailed explanation about the speech. Let me invite first speaker of the day. She is data engineer by profession and passionate about sports and loves solving puzzles. She has been Toastmaster since 2018 and has served as Sergeant at Arm, VP Education, and President of Morgan Stanley in the past. Currently, she is serving as Area Director of A1 and VP PR of Speaker Squad. So over to you, Richa. Sorry, 1 minute. PR is PR. Richa, over to you.
Do any of you get inspired when you see others' achievements out there? Do any of you get excited when you are asked to try out something new? Do? To our guests in the meeting today, did you get the meeting invite for today's meeting and the poster? Were you really excited about this? Thank you. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. As our guests in the meeting today informed us earlier that they were really excited to see the achievements of peoples. They were excited to hear about something different, like a Toastmaster club by the members, right? This is where I think where the public relations comes into picture. As the famous tagline of a district PRM goes, PR is PR, which in short means PR is love, right? So it's just a play around with the word, but nonetheless, public relation is not just creating posters. It is a very strategic role. And currently, as I'm serving as the Vice President Public Relations of Speaker Squad, I wanted to take this opportunity to share with you what I expect to do over the next 6 months and hopefully help set our club up for more successes in the future. I'd like to start with the goals that I want to achieve in the next 6 months. There are two of them. First, appreciation. As our guest said, and as you all said, that seeing others' achievements inspire you. Same with me. So we want to share our achievements more and more. We want to achieve a lot of things and share it out in the social media. Now, so far, what has been done, we have been sharing, but how consistent we have been, or how effectively we have been sharing, that is not something which is very strategic. So that's something I would like to make sure that we appreciate all our members a lot. The second goal that I have is outreach. Outreach, as in the word of mouth, as in making sure that we showcase that these are the members of our club. Now, our club, when you talk about Speaker Squad, it's the only community club of Division F. How many of you were aware of it? Just 2 of you. The rest, no. When I go out of Division F and I talk to our district folks, I hardly get to know that they are aware of Speaker Squad Club. One of the reasons that we are not doing effective outreach as such, not just within Toastmasters, even outside. How many of you have followed Speaker Squad in various social media channels? I just see 1 hand or 2 hands, 3 hands going up. What about the rest of you? So these are the goals that I have: appreciation and outreach, ensuring that we take our club from President's Distinguished to making sure that we go to a level where people want to join our club meetings rather than us reaching out to them. Hey, come and take up a role. But how? How do we ensure that we cover such a huge ground, right? It can't be done in a day. It cannot, because Rome wasn't built in a day, after all, right? For this, I have 3 pillars which I want to base my strategy on. The first being creativity. After all, public relation or PR cannot be done without a bit of creativity. Now, what's creativity? It's just creating a beautiful poster? No, it's not just that. Creativity, yes, posters are the face. People hardly go and read such a long message, but when they see an attractive poster, they definitely want to know what's happening. That's when they go and read, or that's when they go and inquire. However, creativity is more about our club meetings becoming more creative. So it's not something which I alone can do. This is a call out to all our members in the meeting. Come up, take up the role, maybe of TMOD, maybe of general evaluator, maybe of grammarian. Bring out the creative minds that you have and showcase what is it that our club members are capable of. right? And then we can do publicity around it, which will definitely make our club which will take our club to the next level. Definitely. The second, consistency. That's the second pillar that I want to base it on. Why consistency? We have been doing PR from a long time. However, when I go around social medias and check, the hashtags are not really consistent, or the way the channels that we share information on hasn't been consistent. Do you know we have a YouTube channel? I don't see the other hands going up because we haven't been consistent in posting videos and sharing that across. However, I want to change that. I want to make sure that as the VP PR of our club, I maintain this consistency and make sure that people know that something is going to come up every week on our club social handles. The third thing is collaboration. As I said, in the first pillar, creativity, that I need all of you, the members and the guests of our club, to come up with the creative minds. I can't do it all alone. I want to collaborate with not just the XCOM, not just the other VPPRs or the XCOMs of other district clubs. However, with each member in here, I do plan to make sure that our members get tagged in the social media channel. That's because the more we tag people, when people see, when your network sees that, hey, you are a part, let's say Sheetal is a part of Toastmasters Club, people will come up and ask you, hey, Sheetal, I see this is something, it sounds interesting. What is it that you do? And that's when our outreach will actually happen. So we want to appreciate you by tagging you in social media and make sure that leads to outreach, because we have social media presence as of now. However, we are not really getting the benefit out of it. I'm not sure how many members have we got in the past, but it's not just about members, right? It's about us making the noise in the media, because hey, PR is PR. Why not do it with all the love and showcase the appreciation and the effort that our club members keep putting in and day out, or week in and week out, in hosting these meetings and coming together. With that, back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Richa. It is wonderful speech. I think you have given what are these few pillars that is going to follow to make our club better. I think that is wonderful. I remember 3 pillars: creativity, outreach, and collaboration. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for it. Then let me invite second speaker of the day, and before that, let me invite second evaluator for the day. He is data professional who brings stories out of data and translate that into business outcomes. He has been Toastmasters for 6 years, and presently he is in various capacities like club coach and mentor. Over to you, Subrat, to read speech objective.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashok. Good morning, dear Toastmasters. I'm here to evaluate the target speaker who is attempting a level 3 project 1. The target speaker is supposed to understand the types of persuasive speech and deliver a speech which will persuade us to take action. I am looking forward for the speech to be either fun, humorous, anecdotal, or any style the speaker has chosen. All the best to the target speaker. Timer, please note it is 5 to 7 minutes. Back to you, Toastmaster Ashok.
Thank you so much, Subrat, for wonderful detailing of speech. Let me invite second speaker of the day. He loves pain, adversity, and struggles. He looks up to people like David Goggins for mental toughness. One of his favorite quote is, "All greatness comes from suffering." Richard, Udyan Express, Richard. Over to you, Richard.
Show of hands as to how many of you have traveled in a general coach in a train. Thank you. To those of you who haven't, I'll take you through that journey today. Sir, may I know what time is the Udyan Express, or has it been delayed? Beta, Udyan Express has already left 8 in the morning. It's 8:10 at night now. Now, before I set the scene for the next call, let me set some background. Me and my friends have played a rugby match in Mumbai, and I am the captain. I have my friend vice captain with me, and we have 8 kids from an NGO who are playing with us. So me and my friend are responsible for them. Our coach who has booked our train tickets is in Bangalore. Akshay, the train has already left in the morning. Bro, stop kidding. Train will come. No, train has already gone in the morning. It was supposed to be at 8. We are at 8 in the evening. What do you think we should do? You should tell me, what do you think we can do? I think the best suggestion is we put our friends in a general coach and we take a bus. Do you think that makes sense, Akshay? It doesn't make any sense. Why do you say so? It doesn't make any sense because I am the captain, you're the vice captain, and we are in a team environment. You think we put them in a general coach and we go in a bus, you think they'll respect us? We have another tournament coming up in 2 months. You think any command that we tell during the match, they'll have the audacity to do it? We need to lead by an example, Akshay. Okay, I see a point here, but I'm still not convinced, Richard. I think we can go in bus. General, it's going to be a pain. I understand, Akshay, it's going to be a pain, but you also need to understand that it's going to be a short pain. But we have 8 members with us. We can't just put them in a train coach and leave. Imagine if we were in their place and our coach had put us in general and he had gone by a flight. Do you think we would respect him? Yeah, I know where you're coming from. By the end of the day, we still have to lead this team for quite some years, and we need to earn their respect as well. It makes sense, Akshay. Now we have taken a ticket and we are trying to get into general. And trust me, this is my first time journey in a general coach. I haven't gone into general coach at all. I've convinced everybody, and now it's time to convince myself. To get into general coach, it just reminded me of the Mumbai local train. It took me half an hour to get inside. And the next 6 hours, it's a night journey. And this is how I stood for the next 6 hours. One hand here, one hand there, leg here, and leg there. I've stood like this for 6 hours. And it was painful. And even my vice captain is staring at me for the next 6 hours. And we have been there. And guess what? My birthday is the very next day, and we are sitting in this train for 24 hours. And I cannot forget, every time my birthday comes, I just reminds me of this situation. And we have somehow dealt with it for the 24 hours, and we have gotten out of the station. And in the station, all our 8 friends come up to us and they hug us. And they say, we never knew you would join us in our journey in a general coach. And that had a big impact on us. And my vice captain is staring at me, asking, wow, you made a great decision. Did we make a great decision? Yes, we did. But it is that journey because it's a short-term pain which will eventually get us the long-term results. Sometimes we are just not the coach of our team or coach or boss of our team, or even in a house situation. Even when we step out, we are still the captain. Because me and my friend were leading the team in the pitch. But outside the pitch, we got a situation, and this was uncalled for. We didn't even knew our train had left. But we had to make a quick decision. Was it logical? Was it emotional? Logical because we also had to check how much money did we have. We did not have money to stay there in a hotel. So we had to make a quick decision, buy a general ticket. Number two, what is the emotional thinking here? Because if we leave our friends in a general coach and we come in bus, that doesn't make sense to us. Or it didn't make sense to me. It made sense to my friend. But I had to convince him, no, we have to join along with that journey. We made that decision. And this offer of going in a general coach doesn't come very often in our lifetimes. Whenever you get an opportunity, you need to ride the journey. So we rode the journey. And trust me, after this, we had n number of tournaments. And these teammates of ours gave their heart out. Whenever I told them, you go hard, they went hard. They did not even care because this 24 hours helped us such a long way in our journey. So whenever we put in a situation, think logically, also put yourself in their shoes and sometimes ask, will this opportunity come once again in your life? And it may be painful at the short term, but in the long term, eventually you will end up getting the result. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Richard. I think it inspires me. So that team lead or leader should be resilient to bias. That's true. You should be lead as an example, then people respect you and do whatever you want to do. They will follow to you. Right? Thanks so much. It was wonderful speech. Then let me, we have 10:42. Okay. Let me introduce, I think, table topic master today. We may not discuss too much about theme today as I see time is rushing and we have another section extra. Okay, he hails from Namakkal, which is district under Salem. His fascinate is about sports and movies and loves spending time with his friends. He looks up to Ratan Tata, strongly believes in hard work and networking. Over to you, Ramesh, for next few minutes about table topics.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashok. Good morning once again, everyone. Today we have a great topic, that is sports. Who will not love sports? Everyone love to play sports. Whenever you go for any game or a sport, you will feel fresh, you will get sweat, you get a lot of fun. So time will fly like anything. Today, as a table topic master, I got a good topics and I have a good set of topics as well for you people. So before that, I would like to tell you one thing. We normally sweat a lot when we play a game or a sports. Today, I would like to make you people sweat when you think of the topics from the table topic. So before that, I would like to share my screen. I hope, one moment. I hope people can see my screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I want to volunteer. Any volunteers from the team? Okay. Subrat, great. Do you want to choose any number from 1 to 7?
I'll go with number 7.
7. You are coming from last. Very good. Okay. Your topic for the table topic is team sports or individual sports. Which do you like more? I'll stop my screen.
A wise man once said, if you want to walk far, you cannot walk alone. You have to walk as a team. And to achieve great heights, we have history as proof, telling us the best performers, the greatest of all times, the GOATs, as we call them, have all been part of some wonderful teams. And here, I would like to emphasize how a team makes a person great or pushes them to become the best out of themselves, and that in turn inspires the rest of the folks in the team to become better. It is not competing that, okay, Tendulkar has scored 10,000 runs. Now Ganguly wants to score 10,001 runs. That is not the competition. The competition is that Tendulkar wants to become a better player and contribute to the team. At the same time, there is Ganguly who is wanting to lead the team by example and thinking for the benefit of the team, be it sacrificing his opening slot for a newcomer like Sehwag, or giving the number 3 slot to a total newbie called MS Dhoni. So that's what team sports brings you. It gives you the confidence in yourself, and it gives you an opportunity to test your leadership skills, how you feel a particular individual can become better. Your success is then only defined by the success of the team, which brings me to a very, very important thing in Toastmasters as well. Some of us might think Toastmasters is an individual pursuit of getting to the heights of being a Toastmaster, or delivering the best speech on YouTube, or becoming a TEDx speaker. But trust me, it is a wonderful team sport where, as you participate in this process, as you take roles on the way, as you take additional responsibilities like being a mentor to people or coaching somebody, that's where you will learn new facets of your personality come through, and you will truly become what Toastmaster stands for: making better leaders. That's my time. Back to you, Toastmaster Ramesh.
Thank you, Subrad. It was really a good topic, as I mentioned. I remember one thing here. As a person, you can win a goal. As a team, you can win a battle. Definitely, as a team, you can win a lot. Teamwork always plays important role in all of the success of our life. So next volunteer, Satya. Great. You would like to choose any numbers?
3.
3. Sorry. A sport star you admire the most. The topic for you is the sports star you admire the most.
Now you have multiple sports that everyone is interested in, right? Like for my example, I love Formula One. I love football. I do not like much of cricket, which saying that in India is always a problematic statement. But one sports star I love the most, and that has already been shared in the intro, is Lewis Hamilton. Now he's one of the greatest Formula One drivers currently alive, and there is an amount of dedication that goes into being a Formula One driver, because when you are driving that car, which for the record goes really fast, 300 kilometers per hour is super fast, and when you take quick turns, the amount of force that you experience. For example, there was this track called Mugello, and in Mugello, if you take a turn, you can experience up to 2 Gs. That is 2 times the gravity that you experience when you just take a turn, and the toll that it takes on your neck and all of your body is mind blowing. So the amount of effort that goes into making sure that you work out, the dedication that goes into it. And on top of that, Lewis Hamilton is the second oldest driver in the entire grid right now. He's around 37, and that's already the second oldest driver, because the first one is Fernando Alonso. He's like around 40s. I believe he'll be driving till the time he's 70s, but still. Now, the amount of dedication that it takes into being a Formula One driver is mind blowing. The workouts, the regimen that you have to go through, especially throughout the year, because you have 24 races in the year, and at each race, they experience a loss of at least 5 kgs once the race is over. And that takes a toll on your body. And at this age, it requires an amount of dedication to go through it every week. So yes, Lewis Hamilton is the sports star that I look up to and I admire, because of the sheer dedication that goes into the place that he is right now. Over to you, Ramesh.
Thank you, Satya.
Ramesh, maximum, this is the last one.
This is the last one. Okay, then. Okay, before that, I would like to say only one thing, that whenever I drive my car in a highway, if I see no cars in front of me, I feel like I'm a Hamilton, because I can drive my car at any speed. I can raise my car into more than 120, 130. But that was the time I feel that I'm going somewhere. I'm like a Hamilton only. It's a good person to remember as well. I would like to call one more person as the last person, since my TMO said last volunteer. Any guest from our meeting today would like to take a part of it? If any guest is not available, then I will go with Richardson. Okay. Okay, Richard. Would you like to choose any number from 1 to 7 except 3 and 7?
5.
5. Our topic is how would you convince a kid playing video game to play an actual sport? How would you convince a kid playing video game to play an actual sport?
Kids are the kids are the product of their environments. So more often than not, if they are a kid, you do not have to convince them. You have to showcase what you are capable of. And this is what something I see a lot in today's kids. We are addicted to phones and our kids are addicted to phones as well. So if you want to really inspire your kids, this is what I've seen by Ryan Holiday, who is one of the great authors of Stoicism. He gets up in the morning, he takes his trolley and his kid is there inside it, and then he goes for a walk. This is how you inspire your kids. What you do also as a kid, your mechanism is let me follow my dad, let me follow my mom. What they do is what they look up to. And it's vice versa now with me, because what I do, my mom does. My mom was very reluctant about diet, exercise. I never thought she would deadlift. So she deadlifts about 70 kgs and she is 53 years old. So it's a product of your environment. What you do, your parents will admire. I never thought she would even read Kindle, because I bought a Kindle and then I somehow persuaded her to sit and read for every day for 1 hour. So the best example is you become that person. If you want a kid to play badminton, you go play badminton with your friends, but take your kids with them. Don't make them play. They will look into other kids and they would want to play. And this is my advice to anyone and everyone. If you see, even if I see in my aunt's house, I see the kids and they're perfectly the product of their mothers and fathers. So you want a kids to change, you also have to inculcate that habits. Thank you so much for that topic, Ramesh. Over to you.
Yeah, that was a good answer, Richard. I am following the same actually. Nowadays, what I am doing whenever I go to play, I'm trying to take my kids as well along with me. But the thing is, I'm unable to play nowadays because they are insisting me to play with them only. So nowadays, I'm unable to play any of my games. I'm spending all my time with them only to play with them. So it's a part of the thing. But the good thing is they're not watching any mobiles or TV. They are fond of going outside and playing outside with their friends only. That's a great thing. So that's it from my end.
Yes. Thank you so much, Ramesh. I think you made my day. You had very wonderful topics which are relevant to our life. I think most of the people can relate these topics to their lives. Thank you so much. Maybe let me invite General Evaluator to give the feedback about this session. Maybe over to you, General Evaluator. Sheetal. Do you have Sheetal online? Sheetal?
I think she's stuck.
Okay, she's stuck. Okay, let me invite then evaluators for the day. Maybe Satya, can you please provide
Sheetal is
the...
back. Sheetal is back.
Okay, Sheetal, over to you to
Yes,
provide the
Master Ashok.
feedback about the session.
Thank you, Toastmasters.
Sheetal, good
Go
to
ahead,
go.
Sheetal.
I think it seems she got struck.
I
Okay.
think there is a lag. Go ahead,
Ah,
Ashok.
okay. Let me
Yes.
invite
Sorry,
Satya to provide feedback about first speaker of the day. So over to you, Satya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashok. Thank you, Toastmaster Sheetal. PR is PR. And the whole idea behind this is the fact that you need to have a certain passion with regards to public relationships, because it requires us to go out into the world and publicize the various activities and events of the club. And Toastmaster Richa had very precise goals on what is it that she wants to achieve with regards to the public relationships. Now, coming to these goals, and the strategies that she had set up, she had very clear strategies as well, being creative, being consistent, and having collaboration between each member. So there was a clear thought process behind what are these goals and what are the strategies. And so for that, I can say that you have met and cleared the objectives of the project that has been set to you. There are a few areas where there are not too many areas of improvement, because it was a very good speech overall. There are one or two areas that you want to look at. First one being factually incorrect. Now, you made a statement that Speaker Squad is the only community club in Division F, which factually is incorrect. It is one of the community. It is one of the two community clubs. There is one more community club of Pote Panchali that is existing. So that one statement, and there were a couple of grammatical errors that were present, but that is something that the grammarian look at. But given that you are at a level 4 speech, you have to be more careful with regards to the grammar that is being used. Apart from that, with regards to there's a slight challenge that I would like for you to have into the overall. Now, your speech was amazing, given the fact that you were talking about public relations strategies, the goals, and how you want to achieve them. Maybe I feel that maybe you could have had a bit of a personal story on what motivated you for this goal. Like, you did have the statement that we want to go from a club which is president distinguished to the club that people want to join. The two, that motivation did not seem to align entirely, because I would have thought you would have said something in on the lines of, we want to be a club which would reach out to people, from a club which reach out to people to a club where people reach out to. There's a play of word, but also there's a clear strategy on why you, what that motivates you, and maybe a personal story on why you came up with this goal. But apart from that, it was a very clear and well defined speech with regards to what the goals are and what the strategies are, and loved it. The only thing is being a bit more clear with regards to the grammar that is being used, and when you are using any fact, just be mindful of if it is factually correct or not. Well, that's all. Back to the general evaluator or the TMOD based on who is available right now.
Sital, are you available?
Yes, Toastmaster.
Okay, go ahead then.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Satya. So now I call upon Toastmaster Shubrat to share your feedback.
Udyan Express. I am someone who loves train journeys. So I was looking forward to this speech, and it started truly bang on with the right question to be asked when it comes to trains. How many of us have here confused between 12 a.m. and 12 noon and booked and gone to the station at the wrong time? I have been there. So Toastmaster Richard took a very simple instance of what can be a confusion in a life, and has built out a whole story on that. So kudos to you on that. So you started off your speech with a wonderful little question about the timing of the train, which got us hooked. Your speech also had a conversation style going throughout the speech, which made it very interesting for us to see, okay, what does this person say? What do the team members in your team say? So that was very interesting to follow. And during the course of your speech, you also laid down some important aspects about being a leader, being a team member, and how we can inspire a team to become better. You can inspire by words, but you can persuade, you can convince people by your actions and how you are approaching situations and scenarios. What you and your vice captain did in that situation could not have been better. What could have been better is maybe you could have tried, you could have included a conversation with you and a TT and trying to convince the TT, sir, we are a team, we want to go, and we have these kids who are from an NGO and we would like you to help us out by giving us some reservation tickets. So that could have been one showcase of how you have implemented your persuasion skills and maybe gotten an objective out of it, whatever you had wanted. One other thing which I really liked about your speech is you also went back to that, you also go back to this incident every time to inspire yourself whenever it's your birthday. Because this incident happened on the day of your birthday. Now, there are a couple of things which I would want you to improve upon. A few things around the structuring of the sentences and how you could make it better. It's you mentioned a couple of times 8 in the morning, 8 in the night. You could have maybe used one instance, you could have used 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. That's an additional effect to the speech. And one other thing which would have added another layer of masala flavor into the speech would have been making different voices. Like your friend Akshay would have had a like a chilled vibe, like, yeah bro, what bro, that's okay bro, something to just make it fun and make it a conversation between Richard and Akshay. And the TT conversation which I had mentioned, if you could have mentioned that as well, that would have been very, very interesting to go forward. A couple of things, slight factual mistake could be that the train is for 6 hours, and then you mentioned in the next sentence that I was there in the train for 24 hours on my birthday. So that sounded a little off, but that's something you should take care of. As a challenge for you for your next speeches is maybe you could do the team interaction. Like, let's say you could take the next scene to a pre-match scenario and tell them, see, you have been there in difficult times and you have been a warrior, a great team to come, and you have come out of the situations. Can you do that again in this match? Because rugby as a sport, as a game, is very physically intensive, and it requires us to pump up our adrenaline, and it could have helped that you replay that conversation in a team environment so that it inspires them to achieve greater goals. Overall, I loved your speech and you met the objectives of the speech. Congrats to you, Toastmaster Richard. Back to you, Toastmaster Sheetal.
Thanks, Toastmaster Shubhrat. Now I would like to call my timer to share the report.
Sorry, please, can you summarize quickly? Maybe, little bit short.
Okay. So today we had two speakers. The speaker one, Richa, she took 7 minutes 35 seconds. She just crossed 5 seconds above the allotted time. Otherwise, she finished the speech within his time. Richardson, he took 6 minutes 58 seconds. So both were qualified almost. In the evaluator session, Satya took 3 minutes 5 seconds within allowed one. Subrat almost took 4 minutes 19 seconds. So he crossed almost more than 40 seconds from the stipulated time. From the TTM session, we had 3 speakers today. Speaker one, Subrat, he took 2 minutes 10 seconds. Satya took 2 minutes 11 seconds, and Richard took 1 minute 57 seconds. So apart from that, everything was going good. That's from my end. Over to you, Toastmaster Sheetal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ramesh. Toastmaster Deepa, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Sheetal. I think I would like to thank Toastmaster Ashok for the only person using the word of the day so far. Okay. Few observations on certain words which made a good impact on the overall speech, like words like persuasive, outreach, collaboration, anecdotal, audacity, expressions like lead by example, mind-blowing, play of the word, and so forth, regiment, sheer, take toll, inculcate. These were all excellent choice of vocabulary. So the word chaos, chaos, is pronounced as chaos. We always get confused. It's chaos. And statement should be resilience to bias. Should show resilience to bias. That's the right word. Certain observations made by Toastmaster Subrat and Toastmaster Satya in towards the evaluation, the grammatical grammar part of the speech. It was more to do with the past present tense, where you structure this sentence. I think it's more got to do with how we bring that aspect on a forum of a speech versus how do we normally converse. If we can bring that kind of magnitude in our language, I think it will give a different impact on the overall speech. So this is my observation. Back to you, Toastmaster Shekhar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepa, for the informative feedback. So over to you, Toastmaster Sangeeta.
Yeah, Sheetal, I would like to quickly present my screen.
Sure, please go ahead.
Yeah, this is the report of our counting. Richa, our sound 7 times, hers 1 time. Subrat, our sound 11 times, 1 time. Richa, our sound 4 times. Ramesh, it took our sound 7 times and hum 2 times. Then coming to Satya, our sound 10 times and hum 2 times. Sheetal, our sound 3 times. And last, Deepa, 6 times our sound.
Thank you, Sangeeta, for the report. Thank you. So I would like to, I'll just take a couple of minutes. I know we are running out of time today. So the meeting was started on time. It was good. The SAE started the meeting with by setting the clear rules and guidelines of the meeting. So welcoming the guests was nice and encouraging them to talk, because I remember when I wanted to join this Toastmasters club, I happened to join 2 of the clubs. One was the speaker squad, the other one, which I'm not able to recollect right now. So the only difference why I chose this was I was encouraged to talk, though I was not comfortable with it. So it made me feel inclusive. So that was the only difference. And I went ahead and chose this club. So that is really nice gesture. So apart from that, Richa's speech, it was wonderful, sharing the thoughts on how to communicate, publicize, as well as showcase the activity of the club, and also clearly communicating and encouraging us to step up and take it forward. Nice, Richard. Thank you. Richard, it was awesome. It was awesome speech, telling us about your taking the right decision basically in a particular situation, and leading the team, not just in the field, but outside the field as well. And the third thing that I liked is the long-term goals, not just thinking about now, which is clearly, again, the essence of a true leader. So that was good. Sorry, I could not hear more of the feedback sessions because of my internet connectivity was not good. So I'm sorry for that. The reports that were shared were very accurate. That was good. The last but not the least, on the TMOD, you started the session with the bank, clearly explaining us what is the difference between the game and the sport. But somewhere I thought like we did not come back again to the particular theme. It was just lost in the very first instance. We did not have any particular interactions or discussions on the theme.
Correct.
I understand we are time sensitive, but a little bit more into the theme would definitely be good.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, that is my report for today. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ashok.
Yeah, thank you, Sheetal. I think due to lack of time, I didn't put more focus on the theme later on. Thanks so much. But I think today we had very good feedback session from grammarian, which really I liked it. Okay.
Yes.
Let me start the fourth part of the session. the installation ceremony, which is more important for our club. So now we are going to hold installation ceremony. Let me invite the guest who is going to install the officers. She has been Toastmasters for 4 years. Public speaking is her passion and gardening is what inspires her. She completed 3 paths in the pathway, served as a club mentor, uh, and currently serving as club sponsor for Karlsberg and club coach for Amadeus and immediate past president for speaker squad. Professionally, she is working as assistant vice president with Citibank, and she is our beloved area F1 director. Over to you, Ritika, to install our officers for next term.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ashok. Good morning, everybody, once again. Though I'm already introduced by Toastmaster Ashok, I would formally want to introduce myself in the capacity of Area F1 Director and would also want to warmly welcome each one of you to our prestigious Area F1. Most of you already know me, but those who are still figuring who is this person, for all of you, let me tell you that I absolutely vouch for teamwork. I don't believe in working in silos because I don't think great things can be achieved if you work all alone. It's always a team that helps you get motivated, which drives you towards your goals. But come to think of it, when you work as a team, how much can you keep doing for others? There's always a point where you feel, okay, what's there for me in all this? What am I gaining from all this? Isn't that right? There has to be something that motivates you to lead, that inspires you to speak, and to be able to always find something to learn. That is why, let me now reveal the motto of Area F1. Our motto will be and is speak, lead, learn, all in one in Area F1. Let's live up to this for the next 1 year. Keep repeating this motto of Area F1 in whatever special sessions you have in the coming term. And let's keep living up to all this, including the Toastmaster spirit. Can we do that?
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Speaking of team, are we now ready to pay our gratitude to the outgoing club officers? Are we ready to welcome the incoming club officers?
Yes.
Great. I love the energy. Let's start the installation ceremony. It's a little formal ceremony. So I would request all those who are not going to be speaking to go on mute, and people who I will be calling upon can unmute themselves. Deal? All right, let's start the installation ceremony. I request the outgoing officers to please stand up or turn on their video. Thank you for all your hard work. You are discharged from all further duties and responsibilities as officers of Speaker Squad Toastmasters Club. I request the elected officers to stand and come forward or turn on their video as I call your name. I humbly request the audience to please withhold applause till the installation ceremony is concluded. I am here to install the officers of the Speaker Squad Toastmasters Club and to prepare them for the challenges that lie ahead. Their collective challenge is to make this club strong and dedicated to helping people from all walks of life to speak in an effective manner, listen with sensitivity, and passionately lead to help many individuals. Each officer is obligated to attend club executive committee meetings, attend district sponsored club officer training, TLI, prepare a successor for his or her respected office. I request each officer to hold a gavel as a symbol of leadership, as I briefly describe the challenges she or he must meet and the responsibilities she or he must fulfill. Toastmaster Shweta, I think she's not there, so who's going to be standing up for her?
I will, Ritika.
Sure. So Toastmaster Shweta, proxy Toastmaster Richard, as Sergeant at Arms, your responsibilities include arrange the meeting space and equipment, maintain club equipment in working order, ensure that adequate club supplies are available, set up the virtual room before the meeting begins if required, take care of waiting room and allow only authorized attendees, lock the meeting room if need be once meeting commences, ensure to take care of online meeting controls and meeting recording if need be, make sure that all relevant educational and PR materials are displayed, attend to special equipment needs, greet guests, help the president make sure the meeting begins on time. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
I will.
Thank you, Toastmaster Richard. Toastmaster Garima, can you please come on video? As treasurer, you are expected to keep financial records and prepare the club budget, announce when it's time for members to pay dues, explain the due structure to members, collect dues, work with the secretary to ensure that the club submits dues on time to Toastmasters International World Headquarters. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
I will, Toastmaster Ritika.
Thank you, Toastmaster Garima. Toastmaster Deepa, as secretary, you maintain an accurate membership roster, work with the treasurer to ensure that new member application and dues get to Toastmasters International World Headquarters as soon as possible, submit the new club officer list to Toastmasters International on time, work with the treasurer to submit your club's semi-annual report and dues to Toastmasters International on time, take care of noting down attendance for meetings, provide the club with minutes of each meeting. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
I do.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepa. Toastmaster Richa, as VP Public Relations, you are expected to attract visitors to the club through free publicity, use a variety of means to promote the club and its members in as many mediums as possible, such as digital, print, TV, internet, or newspaper. Enlist your fellow club members in PR activities, providing them with promotional materials and ideas for inviting guests. Regularly recognize member achievements with methods such as announcements, newsletters, emails, and articles that you submit for the district bulletin. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
I will.
Thank you, Toastmaster Richa. Toastmaster Jaya, can you please come on video? Yes. As VP of membership, you are expected to lead the club's membership building efforts, help members with any requirement during their journey, listen to their grievances, and provide emotional support if need be. While the VP of PR motivates people to visit your club, you motivate the current members to invite guests. Promptly give new member applications and dues to the secretary and treasurer. Personally greet guests and provide them with guest packets, including a membership application. Make sure each guest hears about the benefits of Toastmasters and gets a personal invitation to become a member. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
I will.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaya. Toastmaster Ramesh, as Vice President Education, you are expected to gain commitments from members to set educational goals for themselves. Assure that club members are aware of the schedule of meeting roles. Plan meetings that will assist members in meeting their individual goals. Work with club members to keep meetings fun and well run. Work with your members to ensure that they submit their applications for educational awards promptly. Provide for educational topics at club meetings. Represent your club at area and district council meetings. As the second highest ranking officer, preside over the meetings when the club president is absent. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
I will.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ramesh. Toastmaster Richard. As president of Speaker Squad Toastmasters Club, you are the chief executive officer. Thus, you preside at all club meetings and all meetings of the club executive committee. It is your challenge to see that this club adds new members and meets the needs of its current members to achieve their communication and leadership goals. Establish a club climate that is supportive, stimulating, and rewarding to its members. Realize that among the resources available to your commitment is towards fellow club members, officer team, area director, division director, District 92 officers, and officers of Toastmasters International Headquarters. Toastmaster Richard, you hold the gavel as a symbol of the power and authority that your club has given you during your term of office. I am confident that you will use it wisely and with restraint. You are a member of your team as well as a leader. A team is more than a collection of people. It is an emotional force rooted in the feelings, thoughts, and actions of all members with the common goal of achievement, sharing, and mutual support. Work with your team members to create a healthy, dynamic club, a club of which everyone will be proud of. Toastmaster Richard, as a member of Speaker Squad Toastmasters Club, as well as its leader, will you work with your executive team and club members to make this a vibrant and rewarding club this term and help every individual with honesty, loyalty, and empathy?
I will.
Thank you, Toastmaster Richard. Dear members of Speaker Squad Toastmasters Club, please turn on your video. Your officer team has just pledged to serve this club to the best of its ability. To the best Toastmasters Club possible and to meet the needs of all its members, your club will need active participation from each member. Do you, as members, pledge to work together with your officer team to make Speaker Squad Toastmasters Club the finest Toastmasters Club it can possibly be?
Yes,
We will.
we will.
Thank you so much. By the authority vested in me as the Area Director of Area F1 of District 92, it is my sincere pleasure to declare these Toastmasters officers installed in their respective club offices. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to the Speaker Squad Toastmasters Club's executive team for the term July 2023 to December 2023. You can please unmute yourselves and give a big round of applause. I wish all the incoming officers all the very best. Make the club proud and make yourselves proud as well. That's my time, and I now hand it back to Toastmaster Ashok.
Congratulations, all new officers. So I hope we will have great future. Thank you so much. Let me invite, I think, current president, who is Richards, to speak for a few minutes about his roadmap and so on. Maybe over to you, Richard.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashok. I would like to also thank the outgoing officers, Jayanti, who is also not present here, and Shweta, and few others, that they have done an exceptional job, not only for the last term, but last two terms, club has won all the awards possible. And without their help and without all the help of all the individuals who are part of the club, this wouldn't have been possible. And the roadmap for the next 6 months are pretty simple. We have not set high and unrealistic goals. We have set very simple and achievable goals. The goals that we usually haven't achieved in the last 2 terms are having an offline meeting. So at least we want to have 2 offline meetings in the next 6 months, which is by the end of September and by the end of December. That is one goal that we have set ourselves, and have a different set of meetings than the usual meetings. At least once in a month, we have a different set of meetings, maybe a reverse meeting or 4 evaluation for 1 speaker. These are some of the examples, and we want to achieve 1 different meeting in each month for the next 6 months. And these are some of the roadmaps that we have planned for this term. Also, one of the other things is that I have also discussed with our VP Education is that we will present Toastmaster of the month from next month onwards, that is from August. And we are currently working at the background to understand what can be done, how would the point system be, and we will come up with that in couple of weeks time, and we will start that award from the month of August. So with that, I would also like to thank our area director, Ritika, for conducting it and having such a smooth installation ceremony. Thank you, Toastmaster Ritika. With that, I would like to end this meeting. And before we end this meeting, we have a lot of things to end it with. First is I would send the voting link in the chat. So kindly go ahead and vote for all the role takers that have performed their roles today in this meeting. So it is in the chat. So kindly go ahead and vote. And as you're voting, I would like to hear their experience today, which is Samir, Varun, and Sandhya. First, I would like to invite Samir to understand how was your experience of today's meeting.
Thank you for the opportunity, Richard. This is my first time attending the Toastmasters. Thank you everyone that was able to attend it. It's something new. I mean, I like the fact that the most important 2 things in the meeting is one, you develop your conversational skills, and second, you also develop your leadership skills. And I think these 2 are very important for the times that we live in. So I probably will be having a chat with Richard sometime down the line about this. I mean, I also like the way the whole process has been laid out and the time that is taken for each of the presentations, as well as the grammarian and things like that, all these little offices that individuals have. So I really appreciate that. I think there's a lot of learning in the whole thing itself, as well as each person's role, what they input for each of the speakers. So I thank you. I really appreciate what's happening.
Thank you, Samir. Varun, are you there? Can you give us what your experience was like?
It was definitely very good. And since it was my first meeting, I was quite happy to see such structured discussion. Like we have a grammarian and we are keeping a time check, and it was good experience. So thanks for that.
Thank you, Varun. Sandhya, if you're there, could you kindly share your experience?
Yes, Richie, I'm there. And being my first session with the Toastmasters, I liked it. I like the way it is organized and evaluated, like our friends Samir and Varun have mentioned. And this will be very helpful for all of us to like how you guys are giving feedback immediately on the pros and cons as well. It is very helpful. Thank you for the great session.
Thank you, Sandhya. Now, with that, I have the winners. So the best role taker is Toastmaster Ramesh. So can you have a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Ramesh? The best auxiliary role taker is grammarian, Toastmaster Deepa. And the best table topic speaker is Toastmaster Satya. Best speaker is Toastmaster Richard. And the best evaluator is Toastmaster Satya. So can we have a huge round of applause? Yes. Now, before I end the meeting, I have two more things. So hold on, 2 more minutes. If you all can come on video, let me take a cheers. Done. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Ashok. And can we have a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Ashok for taking us throughout the session today? And the closing thought for today is by none other than Michael Phelps. Your dream, your plan, your reach, there will be obstacles. There will be doubters. There will be mistakes. But with hard work, belief, and confidence, and trust in yourself and those around you, there are no limits. So with that, I close this meeting. Thank you.